Well, hello and welcome back. It's been a really long time. I was just looking and it's been a year since I've posted. And the reason is partly intentional and partly life got busy. I'm going to take my channel in a completely different direction. I'm still going to upload some crochet content. However, that's not going to be the only focus. I've really been doing some reflecting on what I wanted it to be. I wanted it to be fun and lighthearted, maybe some conversation while I crochet, but didn't happen. So I also got incredibly busy. We've had some pretty ongoing renovations at the house. We've had sold my mother-in-law's home. We've done quite a few things over the last 18 months, and life just ran away, and this wasn't that important to me. But we're almost at the end of our renovations. We still have a few major projects to go, but I'm not going to stop what I'm doing. I'm going to push forward and try to take it in a different direction. So let's talk about the direction I want to take it in. As life changes, sometimes our goals and our priorities change. Now, I want to preface everything I say with a disclaimer that I am not a counselor. I'm a person. These are all my journeys, all of my lived experience, my wisdom, my pieces of advice for anybody who needs to hear it. That's it. So as I do this, keep that in mind. I wanted to put my earbuds in and see if it makes a difference. So life has a way of changing our trajectory. And I want to start a new series called Living with Peace and Grace. Those are loaded words. I've been through some things, I would say, my whole adult life, and that's going to be part of what I break down. I kind of touched on it a little bit in some of my other videos, but this is going to be more intentional. Yes, I might still be sitting in my car because that's 30 minutes of uninterrupted time I have with my camera and my thoughts. But for the most part, I want them to not be scripted, but I want them to at least be outlined and some intention behind what I do and what I want this channel to be. So my series is going to be about a few things, and I'm just going to kind of give a teaser here. So I live in Ada County, Idaho. I've been here for 20 years. Before that, I lived in Utah. I was a Mormon housewife, and life pulled the rug out from under me in 2005. And it became necessary for my life to pivot. But even before that, I was experiencing, kind of unknown to me, some inner crisis and maybe a few demons. They weren't the kind of demons that I had to worry about. Am I safe? They were demons of reconciliation. And I'll talk about it a little bit in my upcoming series. But in essence, I was born into the Mormon religion. They like to be called LDS now. I'm no longer part of that faith. I knew it as Mormonism. I officially left 3 years ago, but I hadn't been part of the faith for a lot longer than that. So all of the new lingo, if you are Mormon and you are watching this and you come for me, I will just ignore your comment because I don't have time to be badgered by labels. When I left, it was still not a victory for Satan to call it the Mormon Church. And so that's what I'm going to do because that's my experience, okay? So along this way, we're going to talk a lot about grace, and this is what I'm talking about. So I want to just kind of preface a couple topics. I want to talk about coercive relationships, both religiously coercive or what some people refer to as high demand religions. A high demand religion is just one that asks a whole lot of you and has really high expectations. Now, along the way, I'm not going to assert that high demand religions are bad. People can have bad experiences. Is the religion overwhelmingly bad? I'm not a religious expert. So I am me, and I know what my experience was. And so as we navigate through this, that's what I mean when I say my experience. I also want to talk a little bit about some of the true crime things that came to town the last few years. There were 3 back-to-back really high-profile trials. I was called for jury duty for one of them and ended up not having to serve. And we'll talk about that. We'll talk about what these true crime experiences are like living within the community, how it impacts the community, how it impacts healing. And back to back, we had the 2 Daybell, and then we had Bryan Kohberger. And he was the one that I was selected to sit on the jury for. He ended up pleading guilty, so I didn't, my earbud's falling out, so I didn't end up having to serve on that jury. And that's okay with me. And it was also okay if I had to sit on the jury. So I just want to navigate through some things. And then also in there, I want to interweave some family experiences, maybe some travel vlogs, because that's what I love to do. You guys know how much I love my cabins, and we just got back from another cabin experience. I absolutely love relaxing and recharging. That's my religion. That's how I center myself and really just breathe through life experiences. My job also asks a lot of me, and I can't talk about my job because of some confidentiality. I just work in senior care, and senior care in Idaho right now, well, across the nation, senior care is really taking a beating. Medicaid is proposing 4% cuts. I don't know how that's played out yet. It's still very fluid, but we have 4% cuts for adults receiving services in nursing homes and assisted livings. And that can be quite frightening. It's already at crisis level post-COVID. Pre-COVID, it was bad, but post-COVID caregiving and post-COVID running a facility and post-COVID advocacy is not the same. I started this job in 2021, so we were kind of in the middle of it. The lockdowns had just been lifted, but there were still lots of things that we had to go through. And so I want to navigate through all of that and what that means. So this is kind of hopefully something that I can change and be part of. I might do some reaction videos. They seem to be really popular. There's a couple things that I like to have opinions on. And if I put things on there that are controversial, they are my right to put on controversial. So I will just be very open and honest about my position. And this is a no BS channel. This is a no hatred channel. This is a channel where if you want to talk about it, you can talk about it, but there will be no hate. Opposing viewpoints are fine. What is wrong with my eyebrows, you guys? This one, I don't know. They look strange. Anyway, I don't know if it's the lighting. I just decided to do this real quick. We have somebody coming to give us a sighting quote in about an hour. So I wanted to do this real quick and get it uploaded to my channel and go from there. So knowing that, after I post this, hopefully I might get some more subscribers. I don't know. We'll just kind of have to see. I'm gonna rename my channel. Right now it's All Things Crochet with the Barefoot Ginger. It's still gonna have the Barefoot Ginger in it because as we speak right now, I have no shoes on, and it's October 6th and it's 60 degrees outside. Hey, what can I say? I just, my feet like to be free. So I'm sure there are people that can relate to that. So having said that, I'm going to pop off because I wanted to keep this even shorter than it is now, but we're working on 10 minutes. This was just supposed to be a primer for things to come. Look for me. I promise The series is going to be fantastic. I might even have a couple people that I know kind of help talk about their experience as well. If I can get some microphones set up to do kind of like a podcast style. I don't have a lot of space in here, so that I'm going to have to get creative about how that looks, but we'll get there. So I will see you guys on episode 1 of Living with Peace and Grace. You're worth it. Barefoot Ginger out.